She told me, "You don't need to know what goes on during a girl's getaway. That's why you're cut off until I'm back." I didn't react. But when she returned, expecting me at the airport, she discovered who was truly waiting for her. I'm a private investigator. My job reshapes you. You learn to view the world as layers of truth and deceit. You read people not by their words, but by their actions, and more crucially, by what they conceal. My girlfriend of 3 years, Sarah, always said my work made me too skeptical. In truth, it didn't make me skeptical enough. Our relationship was, I believed, my one refuge from the murky world I navigate. It was the one place I didn't have to search for hidden agendas, lies, or ulterior motives. We were a team. We lived in my home, which I'd bought outright with a decade of late nights and high-stakes cases. We shared dreams, a shared life. I trusted her completely. In my line of work, trust is the rarest commodity, and I'd given her every ounce of mine. The trouble began, as it often does, with a trip, a 5-day girls' getaway to Las Vegas with her 3 closest friends: Rachel, the leader, twice divorced and always on the prowl; Mia, the tag-along who echoed Rachel's vibe; and Emma, reserved but always observing, calculating. I didn't care for them. They were brash, shallow, and treated Sarah like their trophy, constantly reminiscing about her wild days before she settled with a dull, steady guy like me. A few days before the trip, I was helping Sarah pack. I asked for her flight information and hotel name, just in case of an emergency. She turned to me, her eyes cold and sharp. "You don't need to know that," she said. I was stunned. "What do you mean? I just want to know where you'll be." She crossed her arms, her tone biting, patronizing. "It's a girls' trip, David. The whole point is to escape everything, including you. You don't get to know what happens on a girls' trip. That's why you're blocked until I'm back." I stared at her. Blocked. She wasn't just asking for space. She was enforcing a 5-day blackout, drawing a clear line between her life and ours. I didn't react, didn't shout, didn't argue. In my line of work, when someone puts up a barrier, you don't smash it. You find a way around. My mind, trained to analyze every angle, switched to investigator mode. The boyfriend was gone. The PI was on the clock. "Okay," I said, voice steady. "I get it, have fun." Her bold, defiant look wavered for a moment, replaced by a flash of uncertainty. She'd expected a fight. Wanted one. A fight would have validated her stance. My calm agreement left her with nothing to push against. She left the next morning. I drove her to the airport. She was bubbly, thrilled, already in vacation mode. As she stepped out of the car, she leaned in for a kiss. "Don't pine for me too much," she teased with a smirk. "I'll call when I land to unblock you." "I won't," I said. She laughed, thinking I was kidding. I watched her roll her suitcase into the terminal. Then I drove off, not home, but to my office. The investigation had begun. She thought she was entering a 5-day blackout. She had no clue I was about to shine a spotlight on her world. She expected me to be waiting at the airport when she returned. She was right, in a way. I wouldn't be there. But she was about to learn who was really waiting for her. Update 1. It's been a week since Sarah left for her girls' trip. For her, it's been a week of parties, photos, and secrets. For me, it's been a week of silent, meticulous work, the kind I excel at. My first move was straightforward. I traced the license plate of the car that picked up her friends that morning. Rachel had posted a photo of the 4 of them outside her place, ready to go. The car, a luxury SUV, was registered to a man named Brian Holt. A quick search revealed Brian Holt was a senior executive at a prominent financial firm in town, married with 2 young kids. Curious. Sarah had said they were flying on a budget airline. A little digging into flight records for Las Vegas that day told a different story. No tickets under her name or her friends on any commercial flight. But a private jet, owned by Brian Holt's company, had filed a flight plan from our city to Las Vegas that morning. The passenger list wasn't public, but I didn't need it. The picture was forming. The blocking was a gift, not a hurdle. It confirmed deception. She thought it would keep me clueless. Instead, it freed me to work without pretending to be the trusting boyfriend. Her friends, though, were sloppy. Mia, the follower, had a public social media account, a goldmine. All week, she posted photos and videos, carefully staged to scream girls' trip. Shots of them with margaritas by the pool, a clip of them dancing in a club, a selfie outside a famous casino. But amateurs always slip up. In the reflection of Mia's sunglasses in one selfie, I saw a man's silhouette across from them at a cabana. In a club video's background, Rachel was giggling, leaning close to a man who wasn't her ex-husband. The biggest error was Emma's photo, a group shot at a lavish dinner. On the wall behind them was a striking abstract mural. A reverse image search took 5 minutes. The mural hung in the private dining room of an elite high-roller suite at the Venetian, reserved for top-tier clients, not the public. I made calls. I have contacts in Vegas, people who owe me. A buddy in casino security confirmed it. The suite was booked by Brian Holt, there for the week hosting clients, with 4 women as his guests, including Sarah. This wasn't a girls' trip, it was a paid excursion. She wasn't vacationing with friends. She was an accessory for a wealthy married man and his associates. The secrecy, the blocking, it was all a cover for a life I wasn't part of. The final blow was the hardest. In one of Mia's videos, Sarah was in the background laughing, drink in hand, chatting with a man. His face was unclear, but something felt familiar. I isolated the audio, enhanced it, and ran it through voice analysis software. A long shot, but I had to be sure. It matched a voice in my database. Sarah's ex-fiancé, Ryan, the guy she swore she loathed, who'd supposedly cheated and shattered her. He was one of Brian Holt's clients. It was all a lie, a calculated, layered, humiliating lie. She hadn't just gone on a trip without me. She'd gone to be with another man, bankrolled by another, all under the guise of a girl's getaway. My next steps were clear. This didn't call for a discussion. It demanded consequences, public and life-changing. I started with Brian Holt's wife, Elizabeth. A background check showed she was a respected surgeon, a mom, seemingly unaware of her husband's extracurriculars. I didn't contact her directly, that wasn't my role. Instead, I compiled a digital file, the jet's flight plan, the suite registration, and social media photos, including ones showing Brian with Rachel. I sent it to a trusted divorce attorney in her city with an anonymous note. Your client, Elizabeth Holt, might want to see this. Her husband's business trips are more eventful than she knows. Next, Ryan, the ex-fiancé. He was a property developer in a legal battle with former partners. I tipped off a journalist friend about a developer funding his lavish lifestyle and Vegas trips, with questionable money, including Ryan's name and easily found business details. Finally, I prepared for Sarah's return. She was due back Sunday afternoon. She'd texted from a friend's phone days earlier. Having a blast! Can't wait to see you. Pick me up at 3 p.m. Sunday. I'll unblock you on the plane. I replied, sure. She expected me waiting, ready with a hug, a kiss, and a drive home where she'd feed me curated trip stories. She had no idea what awaited her. I found the one person with more right to be there than me. It took 2 days of relentless work, but I tracked her down. Ryan's live-in girlfriend, Anna, a librarian who thought Ryan was at a meditation retreat in New Mexico with no signal. I called her, the toughest call I've ever made. I explained who I was and what I'd uncovered, sending her the audio, photos, and hotel details. She was silent, then sobbed. But after the tears came fury, cold and sharp like mine. I told her Sarah's flight details and made an offer. She expects me at the airport, but I think you should be the one she sees first. Anna agreed instantly. The stage was set, the players ready. Sarah's flight lands in 24 hours. She expects a warm welcome. She's walking into a reckoning. Update 2. The past few days have been more chaotic and gratifying than I could have planned. The airport wasn't just a confrontation. It was an explosion. and I held the detonator from miles away. I wasn't there Sunday. I was home, watching via a live feed from a private security contractor posing as a chauffeur, holding a sign with a fake name, his phone streaming to my laptop. Sarah's flight landed on time. I watched her and her friends stride out of the gate into baggage claim, tanned, giggling, weighed down with shopping bags. Sarah was on her phone, smiling wide, likely texting me that she'd arrived, expecting me curbside. As they entered the arrivals hall, I saw Anna. She stood calm, holding a large, high-quality poster board with a photo I'd gotten from my Vegas contact, a crisp image of Sarah and Ryan at a poker table in the high-roller lounge, his arm slung around her. Sarah saw Anna first. Her smile vanished, her face drained of color. She froze. Her friends, still chatting, bumped into her, then followed her gaze to Anna and the poster. Their laughter stopped. Anna didn't shout or scream. She just stood, letting the image speak. A quiet drama bubble formed in the busy airport. People paused, stared, pulled out phones. Sarah tried to recover, starting to walk away like she didn't know Anna. But Anna was ready. She stepped forward, her voice clear, loud enough for the crowd. "Ryan sends his regrets. He couldn't welcome you himself. He's busy explaining this photo to me." Sarah's friends gaped at her, their shock turning to horror. They'd been complicit in the lie and were now caught in its fallout. Right then, a man in a sharp suit approached. A process server I'd hired. "Sarah Thompson?" he asked loudly. She nodded, dazed. "You've been served," he said, handing her a thick envelope containing a formal eviction notice, 30 days to clear her things from my house, and a restraining order barring her from contacting me or coming within 500 feet of my home or office. The public humiliation and legal papers were too much. Sarah collapsed, dropping her bags, covering her face, and sobbing. Her friends didn't comfort her. They grabbed their bags and scattered into the crowd, abandoning the mess they'd helped create. My contractor's camera caught it all. The confident woman who'd blocked me 5 days earlier was now crumpled on the airport floor, surrounded by luxury shopping bags, utterly alone. The fallout was swift and thorough. Elizabeth Holt acted fast. Her lawyer filed for divorce the day after receiving my file. She moved significant joint assets into a trust for her kids, allowed by her prenup for infidelity. Brian faces a costly public divorce, and his firm is reviewing his role as the scandal clashes with their family-friendly image. Rachel, named in the divorce, is now a social pariah. Her wealthy connections see her as toxic. Ryan's troubles deepened. The journalist's article on his shady dealings sparked an investigation, multiple lawsuits, and potential criminal charges. His reputation is ruined. Anna left him and, with my assistance, is preparing a lawsuit for financial damages. And Sarah, her life's a wreck. No boyfriend, no home, no friends. She called her parents from the airport to pick her up. I can only imagine that call. She's now in their guest room, a 30-year-old starting from scratch. She's tried reaching me, burner phones, new emails, everything. I haven't responded. My lawyer sent a cease and desist, citing the restraining order. Her friends tried contacting me too, each with weak excuses, claiming they didn't know the truth, that Sarah misled them. I ignored them. They're irrelevant. I spent the week after her return erasing her from my life. A moving company packed her things and delivered them to her parents' house. I changed my number, scrubbed my social media. To her and her world, I'm a ghost. She thought she was playing a game, balancing my stability with a secret thrill. She didn't realize that in my world, there are no games, only evidence, facts, and consequences. She gave me a 5-day blackout. I gave her a lifetime of it. Final update, 6 months since the airport showdown. The dust hasn't just settled, it's been cleared, leaving a fresh start. I'm writing this not to revel, but to close this chapter and outline the quiet consequences of their loud mistakes. My life has taken a turn I didn't expect. After the initial thrill of retribution faded, I felt empty. I'd won, but it felt hollow. I'd spent so long spotting deceit that I'd forgotten how to seek the good. Anna, Ryan's ex, changed that. We kept in touch post-airport, bonded by shared betrayal. We started with coffee, then dinners, talking about work, family, aspirations, anything but the past. I found a woman who's warm, witty, and resilient. We're dating now, slowly, cautiously, built on total transparency. It's the most genuine thing in my life. The others' lives have met fitting ends. Brian Holt's divorce was brutal. Elizabeth, armed with my evidence, secured everything she was owed. He lost his home, much of his wealth, and his job, his reputation in ruins. Rachel's a social outcast. Her elite circle now views her as a risk. Ryan's legal woes grew. The article triggered an official probe, lawsuits, and possible charges. He's lost everything. Sarah's story is quieter, sadder. After months with her parents, she got a job and a small apartment, starting over alone. Her friends never returned. Her reputation didn't recover. 2 months ago, my lawyer forwarded a letter from her, a long, handwritten apology. No excuses, no pleas for reconciliation, just accountability. She said the airport humiliation was her lowest day, but also a wake-up call, showing her she'd valued others' attention over real love. She's in therapy, aiming to become someone she respects. She didn't expect forgiveness, just wanted to express regret for my pain. Reading it, I felt no anger or triumph, just closure. I believe she meant it, but some things, once shattered, stay broken. My actions weren't just about exposing lies. They forced people living in delusion to face undeniable truth. The airport was a stage where their masks came off, revealing something ugly. I don't dwell on them anymore. My life is full. A partner I trust, a business I'm proud of, and a peace I haven't felt in years. I still see the world in layers, but I'm learning to spot the good alongside the bad. Sarah thought a 5-day block would keep me out. She didn't realize it gave me space to build a firewall, shielding my life from her chaos forever. Behind that wall, everything is calm, secure, and real.